Peace. Dr. She in the house. Now, since about 1972, I think that's when they had that black convention in Gary, Indiana with Governor Hatcher, with Mayor Hatcher. I think his name was Mayor Hatcher. I can't remember exactly. But since 1972, they've had the black community on this weird freaking banner of motivation of cultural nationalism and Negro servitude via politics. All right. Now, the Negro servitude via politics is designed to funnel the quote unquote intelligent Negroes into service to massa as satraps, or as, what do you call them, as proxy leaders, as mayors, congressmen, not too many senators, but governor, those positions. That's Negro servitude. That's your leadership, all right? And the cultural nationalism, for example, Kwanzaa, is designed for you guys to use, so you can use up your energy on some bullshit every year and slowly but surely take all the... When I first was introduced to Kwanzaa, there was really no big celebrations. Kwanzaa was designed to be done locally with your family. You couldn't buy anything. Everything had to be made by hand. That's the way it was. All right. Little did I know the origins of the mind behind this Kwanzaa thing. All right. But now that we've come into contact with that and we know what kind of borderline psychopath Lana Karenga was, or is, still working for white folks. Oh, he's probably retired by now. But look where he worked at. His cultural nationalism never allowed him to branch off and start anything independent from the ones that he said culturally colonized them. But he still worked for the cultural colonizer. Know what I'm saying? It's some bullshit. All right, so you've been under this weird mix of cultural nationalism and Negro leadership for damn near 50 years now. That's why you've lost all sense of self. That's why you've lost all sense of power as individuals, because you've turned it over to these guys. They represent the power now. You represent acquiescence. I'm talking about black folk. All right. So until you can get rid of the cultural nationalists, which is usually just taking you back somewhere far enough in history so it has no effect on today, and the Negro politicians, they usually just sucking up money from corporations and government facilities, and they're actually just instituting the ideology from these white finance, straight up white think tanks and white finance think tanks. All right, that's what's going on here. So you're under this weird blend of Negroes and quote unquote Africans doing nothing, and that's why you've been in a state of stagnance all this time. And so when a motherfucker comes up and try to warn you about what's really happening here, you are fucking clueless. You are clueless because you've been colonized again and again and reformed again and put through the MK Ultra program, which we call public school. Fam, there's no way but out for you. You have to eliminate all your allegiances to this nonsense in order for you to form a separate ideological stance, a separate ideological self. So maybe your ass can get free. But we can't be dealing with Reverend Chickenfoot and Pastor such and such and politician that and minister that. All that shit is played, fam. You can't let the Negroes be in charge at all. They have no desire to be free. They like the way things are. It gets them a house, it gets them a car, and they want to program your thinking. They have programmed your thinking to think the house and the car and all that shit is what life is about. That's the American dream. That's the bullshit they gave to white people, which is not what life is about. Yeah? So I go through all this to say, your ass is in bad shape, and you ain't gonna get free until you get with a motherfucker standing on your head. Literally. So you got to deal with the Negroes first, because those are the buffers. And then maybe you can get the enemy eventually. But you don't even want to deal with Negroes. You can't even get Negroes out of your head. You are sucked into this Negro mindset, this Negro ideology, this Negro idolatry. Yo, I don't know if a lot of us are ever going to get free. But we can't be waiting for everybody. It's only going to take the dedicated few. It's only going to take the dedicated few with the strength to say no and the strength to think. Let me go. Peace.